Welcome back. You're still watching Your Story. Now, 11 families at Hectorspruit in Nkomazi in Mpumalanga on the border with Mozambique have spent over a week at a hall after being evicted from RDP housing. The families with their children are crammed into the hall without any privacy. They claim to have been evicted after having stayed at the RDP houses since February last year. It's alleged that the families occupied the houses illegally, and the families in turn claim that the houses have been built on their land. Well, for more on this, we're now joined by our reporter Siphephile Kunene, who's standing by in Nkomazi in Mpumalanga. Thanks very much for joining us, and welcome to the program. Two sides of this story. The one side saying that it's not us, and the other saying it's our land. Have you had a chance to try and get to the bottom of this riddle?
Yes, that's what we are trying to do right now. That's what we are trying to establish, Peter. Apparently, these people that have been brought to this hall, this community hall is a disaster management center, but this is a hall where they are staying. We're staying in shacks on the other side of the road. Then when time went by, they claim to have bought the land on which these houses have been built. After a while of them not constructing anything on the land, Human Settlement and the municipality constructed houses of which these people that are here assumed belong to them, because right now they say they have full ownership of the land. They bought stands there. Apparently the papers that authorized them to have anything on that land were taken back by municipality officials, promising them that they are working on the matter to give them RDP houses. So eventually, when these RDP houses were built, they thought they were theirs. And when they were not given keys to get into their houses, they decided to go in there anyway. They broke in. They moved in February last year. Upon realizing that the wrong people, according to Human Settlement, are occupying their houses, the matter was taken to court, and the court order of eviction was given. Then Human Settlement, together with the municipality, chucked them out. They've been out here for a whole week, Peter.
It's quite a story to try and unpack.
Okay,
and I guess you have people there that you want to try to help tell the story.
Yes, I do have Stembiso Shabangu here. He's one of these people that are staying here, one of the 11 families that are staying here with their children. Stembiso, briefly tell us how you are staying here, how you got to be here.
Yes, you see, as I'm here, there's somebody came there and they tell us that we must get out of those houses. And then they didn't tell us what we should do and nowhere else to go. And then they took our belongings there, and then they bring it here at the Nkomazi municipality disaster, and then we have no elsewhere to go. We don't know what we should do now. All we're asking now is
Okay, right now, what do you want the municipality or the government to do for you? Because the situation here is bad. I understand you staying with kids in here. All adults are here. When it's time to bath, there is no privacy. What do you want the municipality to do for you?
We want the municipality to give us our houses back.
Okay, now you are saying those houses are yours. You have papers to prove that that land belongs to you. How true is that?
I'm 100% truly sure.
Okay, right now, there's also another misunderstanding that's going on, that some of you don't have identity documents and some of you have benefited previously in another housing project that was taking place in Hectorspruit. How true is that?
That's not true.
Now, do you have anything else to say to the municipality?
All I can say to the municipality is that we want our houses back only, or else they can rebuild their houses there and then they give us our stand back. That's all we want here.
Let's say you guys are given an opportunity to buy new stands or are placed in another place. Are you willing to move?
No, we're not willing to move somewhere else. We want to go back there.
Okay, thank you, Stembiso. That was Stembiso, one of the people who have been moved from the other side of the N4 in Hectorspruit. They've been moved to this hall. This is where he is staying. He's basically saying they don't want to move anywhere else. They want to occupy those houses. If the municipality doesn't want them to go there, they don't have anywhere else to go. We will soon be joined by a municipality spokesperson who is Cyril Ripinga, who will be explaining exactly how this situation came to being. How did they get to build houses on people's land and not have any alternative at which the people will live? Right now, we're going straight to Cyril. Cyril, briefly tell us what happened here. How did the municipality and human settlement decide to build RDP houses on other people's land?
Yeah, well, thank you. Let me just clarify the situation here. The issue of housing in the province is a competency of the Department of Human Settlement. However, what happened and what transpired here is that the municipality was approached by the Department of Human Settlement that they want to build some houses, and then they were looking for land. We went to the tribal authority, that is the Galukadlane traditional leadership, that gave the land for such a project. Houses were built with a list of people who applied. Now, in terms of the procedure here, is that when a house is built, it is built with a list. After a list has been approved by the Department of Human Settlement, that has been done. When the houses were completed, people invaded the houses illegally, and the rightful owners were left stranded. The Department of Human Settlement then went to court to apply for an eviction order that was granted. Hence, you can see the people here. In terms of the legislation, it says that when you evict people, you must provide them with a temporary accommodation. This is what has happened here. They have been given a temporary accommodation until the end of January. That is when this temporary accommodation will expire. That is the short and long of the story here.
That was Cyril Ripinga, who speaks for the Nkomazi municipality. He's basically telling us that there is no way that these people could be helped further from here. Theirs was to house them temporarily in this shelter. Thereafter, they'll have to figure out how they move forward. Back to you, Peter.